Hey, good morning, everybody. How's it going? So one of the challenges that you face as an RV owner is cold weather RVing. And one of the biggest challenges that an RV owner can deal with is when you've got freezing temperatures and a water hose that has frozen up. So I've got this here. This was gifted to me in exchange for this video. And so this is a heated drinking water hose. And this is the small section. This one here is 15 feet. And it's dirty and kind of all cattywampus right now because I used this on my last trip when we were in Oregon last month. And it actually worked fantastically. We only had a couple of days that were below freezing, but it only takes one day of below freezing temperatures to ruin a water hose. So I also have here a 50-foot hose, and both of these are 5/8 inch hoses. This one here has not been pulled out of its provided strapping yet, but I want to kind of take a look at these and go over some of the features of it real quick and tell you how it works. So first off, this is how you receive these hoses. They're all coiled up. They've got these Velcro straps that go around them to hold them in place. And it has this on the power end here. It's got a cord and a plug in here. It's got the control panel. It's kind of hard to see right now, but there's a little red light that's on right here. And that light indicates that there's power going to the hose. The hose is heating up. And there's two reasons that I've got this hose plugged in. One is that there's some residual water in there. And this hose has been sitting in my garage. And even though my garage is heated, there's a chance that this hose may have gotten frozen overnight. And so I want to make sure that as I uncoil it, it doesn't damage the hose. Plus, heating the hose up for 5 or 10 minutes before uncoiling it makes the hose a lot more pliable, makes it easier to work with. So also in the box comes this little pouch. And inside this pouch, you've got a male-to-male connection here. And you've got a brass fitting here so that you can hook it up to your RV. There's a couple of extra gaskets in here, and there's some Teflon tape in here so that you can put tape around any of the threading here if you want to create a better connection. Usually when you have a gasket, that better connection isn't going to be necessary, but you know, better to have and not need than need and not have. Also in the box here is this this insulation that you can wrap around the connections, and it actually works really well going into the hose here. Excuse me. If you have an adapter to your hose here, matter of fact, I use this guy here to take a little bit of pressure off of the fitting up there, and so I would wrap this around both this and the hose as it connects. Now, when you receive the hose, you'll notice that both ends are female fittings. So when you open this package up, this guy right here, you've got the male to male fitting, and that means that you can make either end of this hose a male fitting and the other end a female fitting. And the reason they did that is so that it allows for some additional flexibility on which end is going to be your plug-in end. Now, I've got an extension cord that's running through my RV here. I've got it plugged in on the other side, and I'm going to set this one off to the side here. Now, one thing that you'll notice is not only is there a power light on here, but inside is also lit as well too. So you can tell without having to pick this up, you can tell just by looking at this end here, when it's lit up, it's got power. Now, there's a safety measure inside the control piece here, and that safety measure is if there's any sort of anomalies in your power system, it's automatically going to trip itself. So you can test it with this little test button here. The light goes out, but this remains on. So if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, always come out, check the power light, and if you need to reset it, all you do is just push this button again, and that light goes back on. The power is going back to the hose, and it's going to start reheating the hose up again. So I'm going to put this back in here because I already have that fitting on this hose over here. Now, you can actually feel the heat of this thing. It's good from temperatures around 50 degrees Fahrenheit to temperatures to negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And now, I haven't camped in negative 40 degrees before, but I have camped in 5 degrees and 10 degrees before. And believe it or not, that was in Arizona. And it gets really tricky. You got to remember to disconnect your hose from the water supply line. You got to blow your hose out so that no water freezes up in your hose. And you might even have to stow your hose inside your RV itself, inside your cargo storage. But with this here, you don't really have to do that. So let's disconnect this here. And I always connect both ends of my hose when I'm done camping, and that way if there's any residual water inside of the hose, it doesn't go flowing all over the inside of my RV. I learned that one the hard way. All right. Okay, so again, this is really easy to take out, this male-to-male connection here. And in this particular case here, I would make this female section the part that I'm connecting to my water supply. And I would make this one here my male connection. Now you can connect these hoses to each other. You can connect this 15 to this 50 here, making a 65-foot piece hose. And the one drawback that I have noticed to this whole thing is that there's no way to connect the electrical connections. So you have to have a couple of extension cords to be able to power these up. Beyond that, this is better than sliced bread. Now, you'll see that there's this little pigtail here, and this pigtail is so that you can attach this. You can use zip ties, or you can actually include it inside, wrapping this around your attachment here. This is warm as well too, so that it'll help keep this little guy here from freezing while it's inside. So got a little bit of wind blowing out here. It's bringing that temperature down to probably about 5 or 10 degrees, and it's getting kind of chilly out here. So this is the type of time and the type of temperature where having a hose like this is really paramount to your comfort and maybe even your survivability, because if this puppy freezes up, you have no water supply inside your RV. And so you want to make sure that this is connected correctly, and you want to make sure that your power is constantly on. So one of the other things that's really kind of cool about these hoses is the color. You'll notice that it's a brighter yellow, and so if this is sitting on top of the ice or inside the snow, this should stand out a little bit more than maybe a darker color hose is. The water that flows through this is 100% drinkable. This is all potable water that comes through this, so you want to make sure that you have a good filter on your water supply so that the water that is entering your hose is 100% drinkable. I always carry a water filter with me. Matter of fact, right now I need to pick up a couple of new filters, because my last one we used for 45 days, and that's about long enough to fill up a good filter, so a single filter. Beyond that, you want to make sure that again, you plug this in beforehand so that it becomes much more pliable. Just in the 5 or 10 minutes that I've been talking here, this has become more pliable. So I'm going to attach or connect this water supply hose to, or this little connector to my city hose here. I got to stand up to do this. Now, my RV is completely winterized, so I'm not going to hook up the water, and I'm not going to turn the water on, but I'm going through the motions here so that you have an idea of how effective these heated water hoses can be. So open up this through section here. Oops. All right, so I'm going to take this pigtail section. I'm going to feed it up through my water supply area here. Let's take this box out of the way. I'm going to connect it to this little guy right here. And you want to make sure that this is nice and snug. Now, even though this door is going to be closed, there's not a lot of insulation value to this door. So you want to make sure that you bring this, let's bring this over here, like this. There we go. You want to make sure that you wrap this pigtail inside this insulation here so that this little connector is providing heat and insulation to the, let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. So that this pigtail is providing heat and insulation to your connector going into your RV. So you see how that's wrapping that up. It's providing insulation inside the compartment here, because you have a small section that's not heated, and that will freeze. I've had that happen before too. So connecting your water line from there is just standard water connections. And again, I've stayed in RV parks where it's mandatory at night to disconnect your water supply from the water main, because or from the water supply, because it has what's called an antifreeze valve in it. So it might stick up out of the ground this far, but the valve itself is down underground where it's insulated. And so you turn that off, you bleed the water off, and you allow that to not freeze. I've made that mistake before as well too. I did that in Arizona as well, where I forgot to unhook my water overnight, and the water main or the water supply froze up tight. And so I had to go down and explain to the office that I made a rookie mistake. And we all make mistakes. So just fess up to it and move on. So now this water hose is hooked up. Water supply going into your RV is not going to be frozen. And it will actually be a little bit warmer going into your RV than your standard water supply. How much warmer? It might be noticeable, but it might not too. So don't expect that it's going to come out boiling and ready to make tea or coffee. That's not going to happen. It's going to come out like water. There you have it, guys. Have yourselves a fantastic day. We'll catch you on the next video. Until then, cheers, everybody. I'm going to go warm up now.